Have you ever woken up without the strength to even get out of bed? Have you ever felt such an emptiness inside that nothing seemed to fill it? Maybe you know this silent pain called depression. It steals the colors of life, takes away the will to live, and makes many believe there is no way out. But I want to tell you something right at the beginning of this video. Depression has a cure, and that cure is in God. He has not abandoned you. He knows your tears, He understands your silence, and He is ready to restore your life. Today you will discover what are the greatest pains that feed depression, what are its deepest causes, and above all, how to find in God the path to true healing. Stay with me until the end, because this message could be the new beginning your soul has been waiting for. Depression is one of the greatest struggles of our time. It does not choose age, social class, or religion. It can affect a young person full of dreams, an adult overwhelmed with responsibilities, or an elderly person carrying heavy memories. Depression is not just sadness, it is not just lack of faith, as many say. It is a shadow that grows in the heart until it steals life's colors. It's waking up and feeling like your body weighs a ton. It's smiling on the outside while crying inside. It's feeling invisible, even in the middle of a crowd. And that's why so many people search in the silence of their rooms and on their phones for questions like, does depression have a cure? How to overcome depression naturally? How to find hope in God? These searches are not curiosity. They are cries of the soul asking for help. The causes of depression are many. Some come from within, chemical imbalances in the brain that affect the production of serotonin and dopamine, the hormones of happiness and motivation. Others come from outside, childhood traumas, irreparable losses, rejections that still bleed today, constant comparisons fueled by social media. And then there are the pressures of modern life, bills to pay, fear of failure, the constant feeling of never being enough. Each of these pains is like a stone placed inside the heart. And when the weight becomes unbearable, the person can no longer walk alone. That is why depression is not laziness and not lack of willpower. It is real pain. It is an illness. It is an invisible prison that needs care and deliverance. The greatest pains of depression are not only the visible symptoms, but the silent feelings. Rejection that leaves scars of insecurity. Grief that never heals. The fear of not being good enough. The exhaustion of trying to be strong when everything inside is crying for help. The loneliness that screams even when surrounded by people. Maybe you who are watching this video know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe you are living this right now. But I want to tell you, you are not alone. There is a God who sees even the tears no one else notices. There is a God who understands your pain better than you do. The Word of God reminds us in Psalm 34 verse 18, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." This is a powerful reminder that God does not abandon the wounded. He draws near when the world pulls away. He is present when family doesn't understand, when friends don't know what to say, when the mind can only scream in silence. God is not afraid of your pain. He enters the darkest place of your soul and turns on the light. And that light is the promise that you can begin again. But how can we find healing from depression in God? First, we need to understand that healing is a process. Yes, God can act with instant miracles, but many times He works through daily steps, through people He places in our path, through small practices that restore life. The body needs care, healthy eating, exercise, regular sleep. The mind needs therapy, words that reorganize thoughts, habits that build resilience. But the soul needs something greater. It needs the presence of God. It is in sincere prayer, even when words fail, that we find peace. It is in worship, even through tears, that hope is reborn. It is in reading the Word that we hear God's voice saying, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you." Maybe today you are asking, but how can I pray if I don't even have the strength to get out of bed? The answer is simple. Talk to God exactly as you are. You don't need fancy words, you don't need a rehearsed speech. Just say, "Lord, I need you." He understands every sigh, every tear, every silence. It is in that moment of surrender that He begins to transform. Because depression may say there is no way out, but God specializes in opening doors where we only see walls. He is the God who heals wounds, turns deserts into gardens, and brings life where there were only ashes. And when we combine natural practices with faith in God, we discover a powerful path to overcome depression. Simple acts like walking outdoors, getting sunlight, eating in balance, writing down 3 reasons for gratitude each day, these strengthen the mind. But when those acts are accompanied by prayer, Bible reading, and faith that God is in control, they become seeds that bloom into hope. The Apostle Paul wrote in Philippians 4 verse 13, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." That is the key. Alone, we are weak, but with God, we find strength we never imagined. So if today you feel like depression has put out your light, remember this: no night lasts forever. The sun always rises again. And so it will be with your life. God is already writing a new chapter for you. A chapter of healing, restoration, and victory. Believe it. Allow yourself to seek help, allow yourself to believe in better days, allow yourself to rest in God's arms. He does not fail, He does not change, He does not abandon. If this message touched your heart, don't keep it just for yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear that depression is not the end. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and continue receiving words that feed faith and strengthen the soul. And in the description, you will find a special resource to walk with God on your journey of healing. Never forget, depression may be a hard battle, but with God, victory is certain.